Good morning. The bulletin doesn't lie. I'm Elizabeth Cooper. As you've already heard, our church's annual stewardship campaign is starting this morning. I understand specific information about logistics and timeline will follow at the end of the service. The theme, as you've already heard for this year, is Walk in Love. Just a wonderful image. My task this morning, which I've been given, is to talk about why the in-church is important to us and why we've pledged all the years we've been members. So, how did we get to First Congregational Church in the first place? John and I moved to Boston, he from Rochester and me from Schenectady, in 1988. After we got sort of settled, we began to look for a church. We'd both been UCC members and had sung in choirs for years, so that was a good starting place for us. We developed a routine: attend church, go to whatever social hour there was after church, talk to the choir or director or pastor if we could find them. So, to be distressingly honest, this really hurts, we were auditioning choirs. Our first two visits didn't feel like a good fit for us, so we tried First Congregational. It was a rather imposing choice, given its size and location, right smack in the middle of Winchester. The sermon that day was given by an associate whose name I've forgotten, but whose message I haven't. And then there was that glorious choir and the stunning organ. I didn't mean to do that in the past tense. It's still glorious. So we went to coffee hour. The church wasn't as welcoming then as it is now, but Marilyn White found us. For those of you who didn't know Marilyn, she's the kindest person I had ever met. And she happened to be married to the choir director. So she introduced us to Bob, and 2 weeks later, we were sitting in the choir stalls. We joined the church in our choir robes and were married in this sanctuary in 1989. So financially supporting the church is part of my family tradition, starting as a child, even when there wasn't much money. We began pledging here our first year of membership and have done so every year since. Part of the reason we support the church is if we're going to fully participate in an organization, as we have here, we also have to fully participate in its ongoing mission with both our financial resources and whatever talents we may have. Over the years, we've both sung in the choir, John more consistently than me. John's been on the music committee, which we no longer have, personnel, deacons, and spent a very, very long time on facilities. I started on financial resources, went to personnel, was treasurer for a bit, and am now involved with the Reno Garden. We pledge so the church can more accurately budget how much it might have for ongoing programs each year. And we pay our pledge through electronic funds transfer, so the poor treasurer at least has a reliable source of income every month. For me, I also want to support the church's outreach foundation to the outreach to the broader community. The church has been wonderful, getting more actively involved in community activities every year, some of them grassroots efforts. And every single special offering that we've had for outreach has exceeded its request. So I'd like to leave you today with a brief anecdote from my time as treasurer. An individual came to see me because their financial circumstances had changed. We talked for a bit and adjusted the pledge amount to more match their financial constraints. They said to me on the way out, "I feel like I disappointed God." I just hugged them and said, "God doesn't care how much you put in the collection plate. She cares about what's in your heart. We hope that over the next few weeks, you'll think seriously about whether you should pledge if you haven't before, or how much you pledge if you're already givers. If part of your heart is engaged here, think about walking with us in love. It's a wonderful journey. Thank you.